All right, there we go. Let's get this show on the road. We are live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chris, and this is We Love Comics. We're going to be doing a key issue comic unboxing. As usual, I will tell you the significance of the book. I will tell you the price I paid, which includes any and all fees like eBay taxes and shipping costs. And then I have another box of some of the collectible toys that I've purchased in my 30s, because they were all basically either late 90s to early 2000s. I don't know what's in those boxes, because I literally have probably about 20 different boxes that my mother kept for me, because when we moved from New York to Florida, when I say we stuffed our U-Haul to capacity, I mean, we literally couldn't fit anything else. So instead of losing all those potential investments, my mother was kind enough to hold some of them. And now that I've made a little bit more room, she's mailing them periodically. So we'll do an unboxing and see what's in those boxes. But first, I want to do the comic, because most people care about comics more than toys. But if you want to stick around until the end to see both, then you're getting a double feature today. If you look at my AI art, I just wanted to keep something simple, just a regular comic book store with some comics and toys on the shelves. If you want to join my Patreon, the link is in not only the description, but it's also in the live chat. If you go to patreon.com/WeLoveComics, you could find my page. Now, you will not find any additional information there, because I do not believe that people have to pay for information, at least my information. All of my tips and advice and videos that I've done are all on my main page. Either look under the playlist of live section or videos. The past 5 or 6 years, I've been doing pretty much 99.9% live videos, but in the past, I've done regular videos that I uploaded, so go check those out. Videos I did 7 years ago are still relevant today, so I was so ahead of the curve. But my Patreon is basically for people who want to help support my channel and help with the stray cats that I feed, which, by the way, I've and my wife have paid money to get them all fixed, so that's how you stop the problem. But, you know, I feel bad for animals, especially in this Florida heat, where it's like literally 96 degrees out right now, where people just threw these cats out because they didn't want to deal with them anymore. I think it's cruel, and I want to be at least one of those kinder people to, you know, spread some kindness. And if we all did that, this would be a perfect world. But the benefit for you, if you want to do it, besides having a happy feeling in your heart for doing something kind, I make sure every single video I do, and so far I have not forgotten, I will do a shout out to any Patreon member, regardless of the amount that you put into the Patreon. So it could be as low as the minimum, which is $1. I will do a shout out for your name. Now, there are a lot of Patreon members that have their actually full name, so I'm not going to post their full name, but I'll do their first name. But if you want me to shout out a link to somewhere on your social network or to a specific YouTube channel instead of just your first name, I have no problem doing that, but I won't do it unless you contact me first at peacefulfeelings@yahoo.com. So if you want to join my Patreon, I will do a shout out every single day. So if you have, and I'll mention one of them, well, I'll mention them all, but if you have a social network or you sell something on eBay and you have a $1 a month Patreon, well, you're spending $1 a month to get free advertisement. Well, technically not free if you're spending $1, but you know what I mean. Inexpensive advertisement. And hey, even if it only gets you one sale, well, I think that's worth $1, don't you think? I'll leave that up to you. So let's give our Patreon members a shout out. So let's go start with Carl, Sith, Scott, our newest member, Michael B., which, by the way, upgraded the Patreon. That was very nice of him. I never give the dollar amount because that's, you know, that's personal for those people. And to me, it's not the dollar amount, it's the kindness. And Lee Smith just did a $2 super chat. That was nice. Thank you for that. He says, you are the best. I'm sure my wife and my mother agree with that. But anyone else, I'm sure, out there might think that's debatable. But Lee, if you think that, that's awesome. And thank you for your kindness. Because for me, it's never about the dollar amount. It's the thought. And Lee, I appreciate that. Thank you for the nice surprise. But Michael B is a newest member. And the last one, I always mention last because this person wants their social network instead of just their name put out there. So if you have Instagram, oh, Life is Good just did. You guys are in a nice mood today. Very nice of you. They said, this is from my cat, Maddie. So is Life is Good, thank you. Is Maddie a male or female? I would assume with the name Maddie, it would probably be female, but I don't want to assume. So shout out to Maddie, and thank you, Life is Good. Both of you, very, very kind of you. If you have Instagram, I would take it as a personal favor to visit SilverAgeSurfer_comics on Instagram. He's actually told me the people that let them know that We Love Comics sent them there. He's actually emailed me every time somebody joined his Instagram, which means it must mean something to him. So even if it's only 1 or 2 people, and it may not seem like a big deal to you, it means something to Silver Age Surfer. So make somebody's day by doing something positive. It doesn't cost you any money to join his Instagram. And if any of the other Patreon members, instead of me just doing their first name, if they want me to promote one of their social networks or their eBay store or whatever, as long as it's something for all audiences and not as, it's not like a porn site or anything like that, something inappropriate, let me know and I'll be more than happy to do that. So you guys are going to get very inexpensive advertising, which, by the way, is tax deductible. So remember that at tax season. And that's why it does pay to be your own boss. So, especially this day and age. So go check out SilverAgeSurfer_comics on Instagram and tell him We Love Comics sent you, and make his day. Because there are people out there that may have 10 followers. So if you add 1 more follower, that's a big jump. So don't assume that, somebody might be a smaller platform that they won't appreciate it. And Life is Good says the cat is female. See, I was right. See, I have so many cats now, I could kind of tell by the names. But thank you for that. If you ever want to send a link to maybe a picture of your cat, or if you have a video and you want to show people, by all means, place it in the comments section. I absolutely have no problem doing that. And I love animals so much, I wouldn't mind seeing it. So if you want to send me a picture at peacefulfeelings@yahoo.com, I'd love to see your feline. So thank you for that again. So let's put on the video camera because you guys are here for the comics. And we're going to do the key issue comic. And then I'm going to do like the little bonus of the box of, I'm assuming they are collectible toys. I don't know. But this is the book. If you've been watching my past videos, and if you have, congratulations. Or, my apologies for having to listen to me rant for 40 minutes at a time. But about a week and a half ago, for the first time on eBay, because I've been with eBay, I think since either the beginning or close to the beginning. I know I was there day one for PayPal, because if you're old like me and you joined PayPal when it first started, they actually, to get people to join PayPal, they said if you join PayPal, a new service that was coming up, they would put $5 in your deposit in your bank account. So they paid me $5 to join Patreon. I mean, not Patreon, PayPal. So that's going back a ways. But for the first time ever, I got an email saying if I ordered any comics, and I forget, it was either $299 or $399, they would offer me 24 months interest-free to be able to buy these books. I did a video a couple of days ago about one of the comics, and I told people then that there was another comic I bought because of that deal, and I wouldn't have purchased it if it weren't for that deal, because, 24 months with no interest. That's a no-brainer, but I wanted to take advantage of it, so you never know. Now, eBay doesn't do that with everybody, unfortunately, so make sure you check your eBay messages, especially if you're somebody that may not have bought in a while or is spending a lot less than they used to, and I'm sure that's my case. So sometimes they'll send you an incentive to maybe inspire you to make a purchase. So check. You never know. You might qualify for it. And you can end up getting a investment with plenty of time to pay for it without interest. Where if you got a good deal, and I believe, in my opinion, I got a good deal on this comic, you can end up making some money basically not putting any money up front. And speaking of not putting any money up front, if you saw in the beginning of the AI art, you saw the screen going by of all the comics I'm looking for. I'm looking for the via trade to get those. You guys have seen it before. If you know anybody that has any of those books that was scrolling by, and I'll put it on again later at the end of the video, contact me at peacefulfeelings@yahoo.com. So let's do this first one. I already cut the sides, so this way it doesn't take as long. But this is a person I dealt with before. This is a comic. It's a rarer comic. It's a Copper Age comic, so you'll probably know most likely what it is. I couldn't believe I owned one of these. The fact now that I own two of these is amazing. And again, if it wasn't for that 24-month no interest, I wouldn't have been able to do it. So as usual, you can see the person put the cardboard. I always tell people, especially on eBay, but any place on the internet, don't assume that somebody knows or cares how to send a comic. So always message them and ask them, politely and respectfully, can you please mail them in a box, and can you put extra cardboard? And not everybody listens. Not everybody does it to exactly your expectations. But hey, anytime they do it, it helps your chances of the comic arriving safely increase dramatically. And if somebody doesn't do it, well, you can't force somebody. But if you don't mention something, you're guaranteed to have less of a chance. Because I've seen many people, including myself, get the manila envelope of death. All right, so they did put it also in a top loader. Very happy about that. Now, this is my second one of this book. I do know that this one is a little bit lower grade, probably by at least 1 or 2 grades, but that's okay because I paid a lot less than what I paid for the original one. Now, of course, I'm going to take this out. They also put it in a Mylar bag, which, I appreciate. So it looks pretty darn good. This is probably in the 8.0 to 8.5, maybe 9.0 range. Now, as usual, my computer on my end is frozen, but it looks like it's still going on your end. If you see me frozen, please let me know. Otherwise, I'll just continue, because unfortunately, I have an older computer and just cannot upgrade it at this point. So I'm going to assume everybody can see it. And by the way, if anybody wants to hit the like button, thank you so much for your kindness. And if you want to hit subscribe, that's great. Make sure you're in the live chat, because I always do at the end a surprise subscriber shout out. You do not have to be a subscriber. You just have to leave at least one comment in the live chat. And I usually pick at least 2 people. So it says, the page is slowing down Firefox to speed up browser, stop the page. That I can't do, because then that will end the video. So anyway, let's show the comic. I'm assuming, because nobody says that it's frozen. Now, I have probably 10 of this comic. So if you know what it is, you could pause the video and put it in the comment section if you want. Or you could just wait now. So, we got ourselves a New Mutants 98. Which, of course, first appearance of Deadpool, with the Deadpool movie coming. Now, I know many people, and people that I subscribe to and respect, and they're going to be right. This comic probably will possibly dip after the movie. It depends. If it's something that is incredibly, groundbreaking and makes $1.5 billion at the box office and is a really good movie, this may gain a lot more trust in people and more support, but it could dip. Now, even if it does dip, it's only going to be temporary, because first of all, Deadpool's not going to be a one and done character. He's going to probably become an Avenger. He's probably going to do a lot of movies, solo ones and other movies, and it's just going to increase the character's popularity over time, which is going to get more and more people in. So if you want to wait until after the movie comes out, I can understand that. But if the movie's so good, everybody's talking about it, that could create a buzz and get more people into wanting to collect the comic. So be very careful about that. Best advice I can give is to trust your judgment. Now, if you can see here, and hopefully you can see, it is a newsstand variant. But wait, there's more. If you know what movie that's from, put that in the comments section. Now, it does have some wrinkles on the back. So this is probably actually the way I'm looking at it. But even still, this is probably going to be a 6.0 to a 7.0. Because there are a couple of color break increases. But again, and I want to make sure. Okay, so it is complete. You guys pretty much know at this point what I've been collecting. So this is another Mark Jewelers variant. Now, you can see it has some color break increases, so pressing cannot help that. There are some wrinkles here. That pressing will help that. There is a color break increase over here. There's a smaller one on the front cover. And maybe about 7 or 8 quarter of an inch, well, 1/4 of an inch color breaks. So like I said, this is probably between a 6 and a 7. Maybe with the pressing it could go up to a 7.5. So it's definitely not going to be the other comic that I bought that graded a 9.2. So I will be sending this in to get graded next month. Or maybe this month, I'm not sure. But here's the deal. The other one that I paid that got graded a 9.2, I paid for that other one $856. This one, months ago, he had this listed for $899 and best offer. Even though I thought it looked a little bit better on the eBay site, because he didn't show all of those, close-ups to all of those defects, I still didn't think this was going to be worth that, because the other one, to pay what I paid, that was near mint plus, or near mint. This one definitely wasn't going to be near mint. So originally, I don't remember what the offer was. They came back at $699, and I said at the time, thank you for the offer. I appreciate it, but I think, in my opinion, that's too high a price for this book. Good luck with your sale, and if you change your mind, let me know. So go another month and a half, which is last week. Obviously did not sell it, or maybe they somebody won it and didn't pay for it or whatever. They had it relisted, and he had it relisted for $549. I made a best offer. We went back and forth a little bit, and ultimately decided and agreed on $475. So with shipping and handling and taxes, I paid $522.15. So for New Mutants 98, like I said, this is between a 6 and a 7, maybe a 7.5. To get that for that price, because remember, ladies and gentlemen, Mark Jewelers variant are the rarest of the rare of that version of the comic. So I won't even, unless I find a super mega deal on a New Mutants 98. Like, for example, I got one which was not a newsstand and not in Michael Jordan. I keep thinking MJ. I keep thinking Michael Jordan. But the Mark Jewelers variant, I got a regular version of New Mutants 98 about 3 or 4 months ago for $57. I mean, that's a no-brainer. But I don't even, unless it's something like that where it's too good to be true and it ends up being real and it wasn't a spam person, I'm focusing now on either newsstand variants or the Mark Jewelers variants, because like I've said before, even though New Mutants 98 is not a rare book, it's not a scarce book, it is a common book, when you're talking about newsstands, it goes about 11 to 15%, sometimes as high as 17% of the entire print run, depends on the comic. But the Mark Jewelers variant is on average about 5% of the total print run. And even though people think that New Mutants 98 is a high print run. It only had around, I believe, 250,000 comics printed. And that was when it was first printed. How many of them have gotten destroyed? How many of them gotten lost? You know, burned in a fire, had water damage? Or how many of them have been, you know, thrown out from people? Because remember, back in the days when these books came out, people cared more about New Mutants 87 than New Mutants 98. Nobody cared about New Mutants 98. And I haven't seen a comment in a while, so I'm hoping people are actually seeing my video. So if anybody can leave a comment and let me know they're still watching, because if I did all this and no one can see it, that's kind of sad. So if anybody can be kind enough to post a comment to let me know that they're seeing all this stuff, would definitely be greatly appreciated. If I don't hear from anybody, I'll have to do the toy part in another video. Unfortunately, I have an old computer and it's just not working the way it once did. So I ended up, like I said, 522. What was the total? Maybe nobody's watching. Hey, that's possible. 522.15. So it is a New Mutants 98. It is a newsstand variant. It is also a Mark Jewelers variant. So I think for that price, even though it is a little bit of a lower grade, I think I should do well with that. So, I don't see any comments, so I don't know if anybody can see my video. I apologize. Unfortunately, my computer is just... It's basically garbage at this point, but it is what it is. So, again, I don't know if people are seeing it. I may have to stop it here and add the toys later, unless somebody leaves a comment and lets me know they can still see me. So, unfortunately, modern technology, gotta love it. So let me pause this really quick, and let's see if we... Okay, they're saying... Okay, I wasn't getting any comments. Okay, sorry about that, guys. It's my laptop, or it's the internet, I don't know. But everybody, I am seeing some comments. I refreshed, and it's now showing them. It wasn't showing any for a while, but it's showing that people are still seeing me. All right, so I'll continue. So let me know what you think about that, and we're going to go into the toy, I believe, toy section. I don't know what's in here, so we're going to go over it, and hey, you never know, there might be something of value in here. I did have one thing of value in the last two unboxings, which shows I didn't collect the best stuff when I was in my mid-30s. And it's funny, I was watching Mighty Comic and Collectibles channel the other day about some of the toys he has, and he was talking about those Garbage Pail Kids. When I was like 7 years old, we used to ride probably about a mile or two to the nearest deli, and we used to buy all of those Garbage Pail Kids, the original packs. But who would have thought those things had any value, which is probably why they have value now. But I had literally hundreds of those things. So unfortunately, I did not save the things that were very valuable in my youth. But it is what it is. All right, so this looks like one thing. Looks like to be a Harry Potter thing. Well, let's see what it is. All right. Now, this has never been opened. It still has the original bag. But this is it says limited edition of 3,000. It's a Harry Potter battling the mountain troll, I guess, statue. I honestly don't even remember buying this. It is heavy. So this looks like it could be, you know, I don't think, it's funny, I actually never thought I bought statues, but this feels like this is a good 10, 15 pounds. So I have no idea if this has any value or anything, but as you can see, and hopefully you can see, it has this sticker on it. It says limited edition, 3,000 of these made. I honestly do not remember buying this. And what did I just knock over? Yeah, my cell phone. So this is still in the original packaging. It's numbered 3,700 Oh, it's out of 5,000. Does that say 5,000? Yes, it does. All right, so I'm going blind. So I was going to say, how could it be number 3,758 if it was out of 3,000? So it's actually out of 5,000. So mine is numbered 3,758 of 5,000. Let me see if it says what it's made of. Let me see. It says limited edition, collectible. There's 4 different of these statues. All right, good. Everybody's saying they're seeing me, so thank you. Jason says, will you collect Whitman variants? I think I own one Whitman variant. The Whitman variants are the DC version, basically, of the Mark Jewelers variants. They're very rare. So if I ever find one for the right price, I absolutely would. So yeah, so that's another variant to look out for a book that you think that might be common. A lot of times you can tell because it'll say on the front cover, it'll say Whitman, or there'll be a big W. So, Jason, that's a good one to look out for. But yeah, if I ever found a good one, absolutely. But I'm more of a Marvel guy, so I tend to pay attention more to Marvel comics. But yeah, I definitely am. That's a recommendation, Whitman Comics. So anyway, I'm going to have to look this up. But if anybody knows anything about this, and again, this is pretty heavy. It's made by Mattel. It's got gold embossed letters. There's 4 sets, and again, limited to 5,000. And like I said, I don't even remember buying it. So it's still in the original packaging, because you could see this is the original bag it came in. And I wonder if this might be something. I would have no idea what I paid for it. There is no receipt in it or anything. But I guess I'll have to find out. So I thought it was a whole box of toys, but it's a box of a toy. And, alright, so this is the original box it came in. And there we go. Alright, so it ends up being a lot faster than I thought. Okay, so let me know in the comment section what you thought about the comic. You know, I have a lot of that New Mutants 98. It's my personal thing. I love the character. I really think they're going to do the movie justice. I'm actually going to see the movie. I've already bought tickets. I want to show Disney, because we have the vote with our money. I want to show Disney that if they make content like that, people will spend the money. There is no comic fatigue. Anybody says there's comic book movie fatigue doesn't realize it's just we're tired of the DEI garbage and nonsense. We're tired of lazy writing and just taking established characters and changing their sex or their gender or their color of their skin or what have you. Make something original for a character. If you want to represent minority heroes, which I have no problem with, at least give them something original. You know, give them the respect they deserve. You know, I loved watching the Luke Cage show, even though I thought it was a little boring. I had no problem with that. I would have had a problem if they would have had a white person play Luke Cage. So, you know, you speak with your wallet, and that's how change is made. So I really think the Deadpool Wolverine movie is not going to go super hardcore into DEI nonsense. I mean, obviously they do have the one female, which I do not believe is going to be the main villain. But I think overall it's going to be what majority of comic book fans have been missing. And if you spend your money that way, maybe it'll show them, hey, we need to keep doing this and stop the other stuff that's not working. I mean, you can only do that for so long. I mean, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. All right, so that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I apologize for all the mishaps and everything. When I win the lottery, I'll buy a new computer and download all this new stuff again. But let's go with today's surprise subscriber shout-outs. We're going to go with Pino, or Pino, forgive me if I mispronounce it, and Papa Ken Comics and More, which means if either one of you are a YouTuber and have a YouTube channel, when the video uploads, you can leave a either a link to a specific video or to your YouTube channel, and put that in the comments section. If you'd rather, or you don't have a YouTube channel and you'd rather put a link to one of your social networks, you could do a link there instead. Or if you sell anything that doesn't have to be comic book related, but I always recommend, because this is a comic book channel, but as long as it's, you know, suitable for all audiences, if you want to share a link to something that you sell, by all means, please do. Just keep in mind that when you enter a link in the comment section, it's going to go straight to spam. This is the way I keep spammers and trolls from putting inappropriate links on my channel. So all links have to be approved by me. So if you're a person that's browsing the comment section, I hope you do. I really would like to increase my comments from people from 3 or 4 to maybe 10 or 15. So if you want to be kind enough to leave a comment, I'd love to read it. But if you see a comment with a link, go check them out, because it means it has been approved by me and verified, so it won't take you anywhere inappropriate. And anybody that is the surprise subscriber shout out, please make sure you don't just drop a link. Introduce yourself. Tell people if they click the link where it's going to. Thank them for wanting to click. But be friendly. Advertise yourself. Give people an incentive to want to be able to do it. And that's going to increase the chances of you being able to get, you know, maybe another sale, or maybe another person on your Facebook page, or maybe somebody, you know, watching some of your YouTube content. You know, if you don't take the effort, you know, you're going to get what you give. So I want to thank everybody for watching. Let's give our shout outs a shout out. And if you look on the screen, you're going to see in a moment my AI art. I always love to hear people's opinion about it, good, bad, or indifferent. And you'll see scrolling by the screen a whole bunch of comics I'm looking to try and acquire via trade. This is a way where we can not spend money that we may or may not have. You don't have to worry about paying taxes and having the government involved in your own business. And being able to just trade something that maybe you don't have the love for anymore, or maybe you have multiple copies of, and acquire something else. So if you have an Amazing Fantasy 15, a Batman 2, Wonder Woman 1, Showcase 4, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1 first print, etc., that you see on the screen, or if you know somebody that has, have them contact me. And none of my comics are off the table for a trade. I mean, there could be comics that I only have one of or absolutely love, but if it helps me get one of these comics, I might at least consider it. So contact me at peacefulfeelings@yahoo.com. Life is Good says Harry Potter troll statue sold for $149 in March. It was number 22 of 5,000. So basically you're saying it's not really worth too much. Oh well. I guess that's probably what I paid for it back in the days. I mean, I don't remember, but I'm sure something like that was probably not cheap. But it is what it is. It's something, hey, if I turn around and sell it for $149, I didn't have it in my possession until yesterday. I probably spent between $49 and $149 for that when it came out. I don't remember what it was, but that was over a decade or so ago. So it's extra money if I need it, or maybe somebody wants that to be included in a trade. We don't know. So thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see your comments. Give our shout-outs a shout-out. And once again, if you want to join my Patreon, you could just go to patreon.com/WeLoveComics. And for the minimum amount, or whatever amount you want to do, and I'll put the link in the live chat and also in the description. Every single video I do, I will do a shout-out. And if you want me to shout out, like for example, Silver Age Surfer _comics on Instagram, if you join and follow him, please let him know that you got it from We Love Comics, so this way he knows where it's coming from. People, they appreciate these things. It may not seem like a big deal to you, but it would be to them. So I got 13 people watching. I want to thank the people that were kind enough to view and leave their comments. And that's basically it. And the next day or so, I'm going to be showing the 4 comics I'm going to be sending out to get graded from PGX, and the 2 comics for EGS. So if you want to check those out, it'll either be tomorrow or the day after. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, it is not you, it is not I, it is We Love Comics. Appreciate you all, and don't forget to have your trolls spayed